My dear friends, the Lord here has this powerful word: render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. In a sense, that contains a whole program of life. Caesar can be for us all that is horizontal, all that is material, all that is of this world. We have to travel through this world, but limit the damage of our state. What the enemy of the soul is ever doing is precisely to tip the balance in the favour of what we might say that of Caesar. That is, the material, the passing, in such a way that the essence is lost sight of. How does he do it? By using what is material in ourselves. We are body and soul. The enemy of the soul plays on the body, plays on the five senses, so that the soul is sucked in and distracted and lives on the sensual, the feelable, the tangible. Observe. This is a plant, but not a plant like any other. It feeds on living creatures and is a trap for the same. It is a Venus flytrap, and if you look carefully, you can see how it or he works. Observe. Teeth and all. Big jaws. And when it wants something to eat, it simply has to open those jaws. And inside there is something very interesting for a hungry fly. It's in miniature what's happening to the soul. The fly is attracted by the sweetness that this gives off, and our senses are attracted by the sweetness that they feel when tickled by something which flatters them. But then, once the man is drawn inside, immediately those jaws close over him, and he's sucked in and ingested by the hungry plant, which then swallows it and waits for the next victim, very much like the jaws of hell. Next please, next please, next please. All done by the same operation of titillating the senses so that the real object is not thought about. This morning, just a few minutes before you arrived, something else arrived. It was to the post, and I thought, what on earth is this? Just a letter, but it contains all eternity. It's a letter from a monastery where I had preached a retreat in 1998, probably the most severe in the whole world. The victims of the Sacred Heart, who burn as victims on the altar of sacrifice until death, so the world may be spared the punishment that we merit. It just says her age and the number of years that she spent in religion, and asks for prayer, assuring us of the same. But that small bit of paper contains a banner of victory. We made it. One more on the right side, forever and ever. This is the result of the other one. Got swallowed up by the senses. Down there, he's just dawned on the reality. I haven't made it. All that I gave was given to the wrong side. And now it has hit him forevermore. I have no more escape. The same use of time, but consequences irreversibly different. On a birthday, it's a good thing to think of these things, especially 10 years. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, even 100 years. But one day, just the beginning of all eternity. And how many, like Oscar Wilde, when faced with your Venus flytrap, would just say, "Temptation, temptation. I can resist anything but temptation." There we are, all swallowed up through one temptation, which was hugely sweet, but hugely bitter in its consequences.